Hi, welcome back to Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Grateful to have you here. It's a post-match reaction. Chelsea got an important win against Crystal Palace. This is the most important win. When you play in English Premier League matches and you are having a wishy-washy project, the project goes forward, takes a step back, you are not getting the results that you need. There is a reason why games like this at home, London derbies, are important. The last time Chelsea won any London derby in English Premier League was against the same Crystal Palace side. Mind you, for Roy Hodgson, in all the teams that he has coached in the English Premier League, he has gone to the bridge 15 times. The first time he went away in an English Premier League game was against Chelsea with Blackburn Rovers side. He didn't get a win. Never has he gotten the win there. So Chelsea knew that psychologically they needed to get the win. But apart from the psychological aspects of the game, it was also an important part where they needed to build confidence and start momentum given the next round of games that are coming. Chelsea go away to Luton on Sunday. Then there's a next one in the FA Cup against Borough. There's a Carabao Cup game. And then they go on and on and on. These are round of games that are favorable for Chelsea. And they know, especially for Mauricio Pochettino, that they had to win. So this was so important, especially given how the game did pan out, how Chelsea got the first goal, how the same things, the same mistakes that have been confronting Chelsea a lot of the times this season creeped up again, reared its ugly head again. When they went up by a goal to 0, then all of a sudden at the far post, Leverkusen goes in to close in on Benoit Badiashile's man without good communication, then leaves Olise at the far post. He comes, Olise slots in the ball, and it's 1-1 at the verge of half-time for Crystal Palace. That changes the tide of the conversation, and then Chelsea were in trouble. This is the reason why this game is so important for Chelsea Football Club. And you need to stick and stay. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. If you've not subscribed to the channel, take a pause the video, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification as well, and which is all. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. This is Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. Let's get into the details. Yeah, so given what had gone on in the Newcastle game, it was not just important that Chelsea gets the win against the Crystal Palace side that had been bewildered, but with a lot of injuries. They were struggling to get some injuries. But remind you, their last game that they played was against away at Manchester City, and they got a very important draw. So everybody knew that it was going to be a difficult game for Chelsea to play in, right? And also, given the fact that Chelsea went away to Wolverhampton Wanderers the last time, and the result was lackluster. But Chelsea tend to be having some good stuff at home at Stamford Bridge this season under Mauricio Pochettino. So there was some belief that Chelsea were going to get the job done at Stamford Bridge. And the game started in a fashion that I was personally excited about. Now, why was I excited about? For the preseason, a lot of the time, we saw Chelsea go into a shape of a 3-2-5. And I've consistently said here on this channel that a 3-2-5 shape is the best shape that you can get in terms of occupation of half spaces, in terms of getting very good 3 center backs that are good with the rest defense. But even before the rest defense, they're excellent in terms of build up. My only issue is Axel Disasi. And again, I'll say it again. Axel Disasi doesn't have a role in the long-term starting 11 for Chelsea Football Club. At that side, it is Wesley Fofana's position. At the best, it's also for if you get a fully fit left back, and then in there, it is best for Thiago Silva, then Benoit Badiashile in there. So that was the dynamics, right? The little bone of contention was playing Ian Matheson at right wing. Now, people consistently will say Sterling doesn't love the right wing. So if he's injured and he's not on, and you want to play Mihailo Mudryk, then it is okay. Get Noni Madueke on the right wing, and then get whatever you want to get. And that was valid. I just think that Mauricio Pochettino looks more first at the defensive side of the game than any other thing. So whilst Noni Madueke could have offered that width and all of that, he opted to look first at the defensive side of the game. What can Ian Matheson give me without the ball? Very, very important question. that a lot of fans do not ask. Yes, theoretically on paper, you'd want to go with Noni Madueke there. He keeps the weight fine. Then you can have Malo Gusto with him rotating and coming inside. Again, one of the theoretical deficiencies in that zone, playing Noni Madueke there, is that Madueke and Gusto both love to keep the width. So you have Madueke who's keeping the width, you have Malo Gusto who's keeping the width. Who comes inverted? Who occupies the right half space? Because with Sterling out, with Palmer out, the right half space is there. Who occupies that space? And whilst it's unpopular, I think that it was good, especially to even get the team to settle down in the early embers of the game, to play Ian Matheson at right wing and get him to come and occupy the right half space so that you can keep your width in in Malo Gusto. And I think that was very, very good. Now, it helped the team with build-up because Matheson has played as right wing back, left wing back for Burnley in the Championship, and he knows how to play. Consistently, he was starting from those zones. He would drop to come and help in build-up, carry the ball forward, and then look for options to play forward. He's a very good passer, same for Malo Gusto. But hey, I need to pause and say, regardless of how Chelsea season goes, Malo Gusto is so much of an important player, and it is time for Chelsea fans to give him the credit and the props that he deserves. He is a brilliant right back, attacking defense. There is, at stance now, little limits to his game. He's very, very good, and he doesn't get the credits that I think he deserves. But hey, that doesn't matter. He's a top player. He played very well. So yeah, Pochettino wanted that from that right-hand side. This right-hand side occupation, and that's exactly what led to Chelsea's goal from deep. Forget about how the goal came to the left-hand side again, and then Mihailo Modu runs inside and all of that. Yes, that's a good stuff. But really, the game was actually cooked from deep in Chelsea's right-hand side because the ball is built up from the right-hand side. Matheson inverts, combines with Malo Gusto. Malo Gusto makes the darting run inside so that Matheson can keep the way. It is the telepathy between the two. So whilst that's on the eye in the long term, didn't look like something that you want to do for the long term. It helped. Off the ball, Matheson was good. Except that isn't a zone of the pitch where he's more comfortable in. And given Chelsea's injury issues and suspension, you would agree that there was something there of a makeshift. And I've said it consistently. Madueke is not getting a shouting because I think it's on his defensive output as a player. He doesn't give that defensive output. You are seeing now Mihailo Modric putting in a lot of work in terms of the defensive output of the game. It's important if you are playing under Mauricio Pochettino because he's the kind of guy who plays with intensity, but his intensity is not necessarily in attacking phase. The intensity is for us to be front-footed in the defensive phase so that we don't get counted, we don't get a lot of balls against us. And it's important, again, it's very, very important. So that was it. And you watch the game as the game went on. Then you go back to the fact that double pivot base of Gallagher and Caicedo is literally perfect in build-up. You see, I said it in my last video. I said 2 videos ago. I'll say it again. Until Romeo Lavia is fit for Chelsea to play a 4-3-3, Enzo Fernandez was and will consistently struggle to play in a double pivot where he's supposed to build up and then do a lot more defensive job. No. Chelsea started with 4-2-3-1 like that, and with the ball it became a 3-2-5, a very, very good shape. Now the base of Gallagher and Moise Caicedo was very, very good in terms of exchanging, interchanging, and I like the part where I've said it several times. Gallagher injects the pace, the intensity, the aggression, the combativeness in the middle of the pack to the team, and I also like the fact that he goes out wide to go and combine. And it's a trait of his game that Little Brown was speaking about. It was very, very important where he goes especially to the right-hand side, actually, to help with the overloads in there and to combine and to play forward. Very, very good way of playing. And you see, you look at stuff like that and you say, okay, great, this is good stuff. Again, but once Lavia came on, and then you can see him straight up ordering Moise Caicedo to move up the pitch. He said, he just goes, go up. Let me sit in the hole. We're playing a flat 4-3-3 now. Gallagher, Moise Caicedo, box-to-box job. I sit in here. I dictate the pace of the game. I'm the guy. I've come in. Let's get a job done. Again, with the 3-2-5 shape, you saw Nkuku on the left-hand side usually on the left half space. So Modric will keep the width, Nkunku comes in. Sometimes once Modric wants to cut in, Nkunku comes out to keep the width for him. Now there were a lot of rotations, and earlier on in the game, I saw a lot of people giving Jackson props, and you can understand because this was a game where he has players who are going to be in close proximity to him, and they could combine, they could play very well, they could exchange passes, and you could see it like the flicks, the turns, and everything. And it was good stuff for Nkunku and Modric, and he gets in the goal, and then the confidence of the team in the first half, which was exciting to see. Very, very exciting. And I think that for me, these are the things that I've been looking for. And when I say I didn't want to judge Mauricio Pochettino and say, hey, Poch should go out, I was waiting for moments like that. Nkunku on the left-hand space, Modric keeping the width, or whoever keeping the width. Then Jackson or Mando Broja center forward. Then you have, see, this would have been ideal to have Cole Palmer on the right-hand side, who necessarily will not combine with Jackson, but will be the pulsar for the team. Then someone else, Raheem Sterling, holds the waist, Noni Madueke on the right-hand side. Now, it becomes very, very good. Now, the JPD principles or the Jagodé, the positioning principles that you want in teams comes to full glare. Now you have two DMs who can aggressively chase the ball. If you flip it and you want to play Enzo Fernandez in a 4-3-3 with Moise Caicedo by his side, then Romeo Lavia sitting. Now, it means that this is brilliant. Two of them will play box to box. Enzo will play slightly ahead of them, ahead of Caicedo, but Caicedo will also be slightly ahead of Lavia. Lavia will be the last man. Lavia will dictate from deep, but Caicedo and Enzo will occupy the half space in there. So he can do that blind breaking passes job that people consistently speak about. But again, whilst on paper and theoretically, Chelsea showed good signs, playing out from the back, controlling the game, stamping on their feet and everything, all the good stuff that they could do. You see, I have a little bit of a question with Leverkusen's defensive acumen. You see, he's a very good player on the ball playing, smart guy, height, everything. But in terms of decision making at the back, sometimes I think he makes the job too difficult for Benoit. Because the goal that Crystal Palace scored, yes, Ian Matheson was too feeble in going into a tackle with Richardson, lost it. Jordan Ayew picked up Olise, brilliant stuff. But then where was Leverkusen? Lever was nowhere to be found. And these are things that you look at and say, no, these are the things that the team has to go in. The telepathy. If Lever goes to pick Badia's man, Badia has to drop to the far post, come and cover for him. You didn't get that. And it is so much of the inexperienced part of the game. I look at it and I'm like, these things will come with time. But again, it's a business or a sport that doesn't give you time if you're a manager. Even for owners, you don't have time. You need to get results. And it's a little bit worrying. Again, you talk about these things, then you go into the second half, where Chelsea come in, try to play all the good football, but still the results are not coming. You can't play in Nkunku 90 minutes. Modric has to go over to at some point in time. Now you have to make changes. The first set of changes that Mauricio Pochettino made were a little bit worrying because people said, hey, why do you take Gusto there? But this was because at a certain point in time, he knew that he was going to shuffle it. He was going to bring Benoit Bellachile to come and play. Noni Madueke actually was going to bring Noni Madueke to come and play at the right hand side. He was going to keep the width for Axel de Cesarci to come inside, and it was very, very, very important. Very important stuff from Chelsea in there. So, but I just think that generally it's a very important win for Chelsea, given the run of games that are going to come, and they got a job done. It's important. Case closed. You'll have to just do better in the next games, and I just hope that he can recover the players and get the best on the field of play. Even with Enzo out, that double pivot is good. Let's see how it goes from there. Then kick it in the next round of games. Chelsea has no excuse than to get 12 points in the next round of games that are coming. Thank you very much. My name is Fiifi-Manfred. It feels good for Chelsea fans to be winning. Manchester City as it stands now, we're drawing against Everton when I was shooting this video. We'll do a post-match analysis of all of those games again. If not subscribe to the channel, I entreat you, you shoot down and turn on notification. I'll see you tomorrow.